What's up, guys? Kyle here, back with another video, and as we promised in the previous video, this video is going to be about WrestleMania 43 and how it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. So, first off the bat here, I'm going to talk about the press conference. So, I remember Triple H had announced this like it was some sort of big deal, like, oh, there's going to be a major announcement or whatever, and it was funny, like, literally a day before they announced this, we already knew, like, okay, the big announcement's going to be that, WrestleMania 43 is going to be in Saudi Arabia. Triple H has taken the bag from Saudi Arabia. TKO, WWE now do events more in Saudi Arabia, right? That's basically what it was. And then, what do you know? That's what the announcement was. So, them hyping up this is like it was some big announcement. Oh, and they rolled out all of the superstars too. Like they had like big names like Stephanie Von Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, the big woman in the Women's Revolution. They had rolled out the Undertaker. They told him. I remember when I saw him, it was like, wait a minute, who is this guy? Is this like Kevin Nash with the gray goatee? Like what? Who is this guy right here? So. I don't know, it was kind of weird because it's like, usually The Undertaker dyes his beard, and then this time, my bad, like, he usually dyes his goatee, but this time it was gray, right? I guess, therefore, he didn't dye it, which I had never seen that be the case before. I guess that goes to show how much he cared about this event, and you could tell, too, that's the other thing, too, it's like, they didn't, like, none of the superstars behind them, none of the superstars behind Triple H, like, they just were so nonchalant. It looked like they just were not into it. They didn't care that much about it. It's like, what? It's like Triple H is really just trying to hold all the pieces together here. Like, here he is over here on stage, hyping it up, talking big game like it's going to be some big event. And here's all the superstars behind him like, this is a good paycheck, Right, that's what they were coming off as. Then, of course, the IWC received the news, and they instantly equated it to, oh no, every event that is WWE now, it's going to be inside. They're only going to do it in Saudi Arabia, because that's who's going to pay them. It's like, wow, guys. So you finally figured out how this stuff works. It's like, so, I'm going to tell you guys something here. So, you know that John Cena's final match, right, was originally supposed to take place in Boston, right? Well, the city of Boston, of course, does want to host John Cena's last match. But the reason why they didn't host John Cena's last match was because the WWE didn't want to pay extra money to the city of Boston for the last match of John Cena's career. So now it's going to be in DC, because the thing is, in Boston, right, the match would have been in December, and as we know, in December it's the holiday season, and that means that stuff's busy, so therefore they would have had to pay more for it. The city of Boston would, or WWE would have to pay for more for it. So it could be the other way around, but that's what I got the gist from it was. So you know what that means, right? Whoever's paying the most is going to get the event, and the thing is, the United States is not paying the most for the events. So, I'm just telling you guys, it's just like, there's a reason why Las Vegas is going to be getting WrestleMania again this year. It's because that's where they earn the most money. I've told you guys, and if you watch my videos, I mean, you probably are pretty smart about this stuff. But if you've seen my videos before, we've talked about this, where it's like, they keep going to Vegas because that's where they make the money. It's like this company, TKO, is in $3 billion of debt. So they're going to do anything they can. And then you see this too with the ticket prices. Like, people were like, oh my God, the ticket prices are so expensive. Gee, I wonder why the ticket prices are so expensive. They're so expensive because TKO has to pay off debt. So don't be surprised now when and they also had talked about this too, where they were going to have a separate WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. It's like, here's why I've always thought about the Saudi Arabia PLEs and the pay-per-views and stuff like that. It's like, Saudi Arabia is gonna get the PLEs because they're the ones that they're willing to fork them over. And here's what I think about the Saudi Arabia PLEs real quick. So here's what I've always thought about them. Because I hear now that, like, there's going to be, like, Stone Cold, The Rock, and, like, they're basically going to bring back all the legends. I think Saudi Arabia has the right idea. Like, I mean, it's like, look, a show with, like, The Undertaker, Stone Cold, Goldberg, Big Show, etc., right? All these legends, right? It certainly is good. But the thing is that these wrestlers are out of their prime. So, like we saw in 2019, whatever, like, I remember there was so many, oh my gosh, this was so good too. There were so many people that would complain when Shane McMahon, like, won the tournament or whatever. I'm like, guys, Shane McMahon is good. What? It's like, Shane McMahon's good. I don't know what people are talking about, like, oh, he sucks, whatever. It's like, because, they probably wanted, like, Sami Zayn to win the tournament, right? It's like, who is more entertaining, Shane McMahon or Sami Zayn? Shane McMahon, right, exactly. So that's why he won the tournament, right? It was like the Crown Jewel tournament, like in 2018. This is the moment that I'm referencing, right? So Saudi Arabia has the right idea. Like, they know the wrestlers that they want, but the thing is that these wrestlers are past their prime. Good example would be Crown Jewel Super Showdown 2019, Goldberg versus Undertaker. This match would have been great if it happened like 10 or 15 years before it happened in real life. It's like, this is one of the things that's good about, like, the 2K games, is that, like, you can have these matches, in these games, and it'd be like a simulation, like, what if, this happened or whatever. But the IWC took it as the match quality sucked, they had botches, whatever, and that's true. There was botches, but you gotta give them credit. They have the right idea. They want legends to be there, and that's another thing too, which, could also feed into the problem, like, where there's, like, it's like, wait a minute, so why don't they want to have, like, Braun Breaker and, like, all these, and I know that they're going to probably be in this event, WrestleMania 43, but it's like, they're not, like, marketing them for it. It's like, oh, will The Undertaker, like, lose the streak to, like, Braun Breaker or whatever. It's like, there's no incorporation in the marketing of these events for there being, like, the young talent or whatever. It's like, the young talent is thought about, like, because this is how like, I talk about so many times, like, how, like, the young talent in WWE it's just not there. And so that's why you see, like, they have to roll out all these, like, nostalgia acts, like Brock Lesnar, like they did this, like, at the WrestlePalooza that happened, like, just about, like, 2-3 days ago at this point that I'm recording this video. Because, like, it's like, who are you going to rely on in the future? It's like, who's coming up in the pipeline? Like, Shawn Spears, Obafemi. Now, he could be something, but it's like, he doesn't have no real, like, charisma, right? It's like, what good promo has he cut, right? And that's the problem with it. It's like, and Saudi Arabia knows this, so that's why they have they have all these legends and stuff come out, because they know who the real deals are. And the American market, I'm not going to say, like, they're dumb, but I think this is where you see a lot of these, like, fans, whatever, that choose these, like, they want these, like, unrealistic people. Like, they want Sami Zayn to win the World Heavyweight title, even though absolutely nobody would ever think that somebody like Sami Zayn would be a WWE champion, or even has the talent to be a WWE champion. And that's why you'll see, like, that, like, I gotta give Saudi Arabia one thing, like, because the one thing you'll see with this in the IWC is that the reason why, there could be a secret reason to why, like, they're mad about this. Like, subconsciously, they probably are, like, pissed that, like, another American city isn't getting WrestleMania. But I always saw the, like, Crown Jewel, the Super Showdown events, I always saw those as, like, Saudi Arabia's version of WrestleMania, because there'd be the shows are usually longer, at least, like, over, 5 matches, like the typical PLE is nowadays. And they'd bring out all the special, like, superstars and legends and stuff like that. So I always saw it as, like, a second WrestleMania. So the idea that, maybe some people, I could see this conversation being like, so why would they need to host a WrestleMania if Crown Jewel, which is the event that's usually hosted in Saudi Arabia, is kind of like their version of WrestleMania? I could kind of see that conversation. But I find it kind of funny that people in the IWC on Reddit care about it being hosted in American cities when most of these American cities are full of homeless and, crime and all this stuff. I'm not saying that's like a reason not to host it, but I'm just saying, like, with some of their policies that, like, they vote for, this stuff enables it, and it's kind of in a general thing, I think. But I think a lot of the people in the IWC are just are even just complicit in this. Like, they don't understand or realize that it's causing this. Like, we're some sort of, like, moral authority. Like we're the best. We have the best rules. We stand on the best principles, right? It's like, no, we don't. I mean, listen, America's great and all, but we're clearly not perfect. And so to say to others, or to say to other countries, it's like, no, you can't host WrestleMania. Now, of course, I would, like, as somebody that likes America, I would like every WrestleMania to be in America. But if Saudi Arabia wants to host a WrestleMania, who cares? If they want to host a WrestleMania, who cares? But you see, in the IWC, it's more important than that. You see, they're kind of like Saudi Arabia is. They're kind of like the boogeyman. Like, they kind of see it as like, oh, the Saudi sheiks have gone to Triple H. Oh no. They're going to pay him. They're going to sell him out, give him dark money, give him that blood money, as CM Punk would say, right? But meanwhile, last time I checked, how many wars was Saudi Arabia in? Now, I know Saudi Arabia does strange stuff. Like, I mean, I'm not saying, like, there's some, like, I'm not like some Saudi show over here where it's like, oh no, Saudi doesn't do anything bad. I'm not that guy, right? But to deny their opportunity to host WrestleMania because of their imperfect past, or because you don't agree with how they treat women, it's not WWE's responsibility for that. It's like, listen, all WWE wants to do here is just make money, and then also put on a good event for fans in Saudi Arabia. So why should we deny the fans that in Saudi Arabia that want to see this? Why should we deny them that because of the government and because of policies and stuff like that? It's like, isn't the point of this stuff, this entertainment stuff, to get away from the real stuff like the politics and the stuff like that? But you see in the IWC, no, it's not the time to get away from that, because they always have to bring politics into everything, and that's why I can't stand them. Like, everything has to be politically correct. Like, we can't say this, we can't say that. And you'll see it in other aspects of WWE too, like the Women's Revolution. Like, that was a huge thing that they would do. Like, oh no, we have to put a woman in the main event because it's going to be the first ever women's main event, wherever. Regardless, it's like, regardless of how good the character was, how much charisma the character had, how good they were in the ring, it's like, let's just put them in the main event of WrestleMania. This is kind of what the Becky Lynch thing was. Never at WrestleMania 35, even though she was probably one of the better women on the roster. It's like, there was no reason Charlotte Flair had to have been in that main event. It's like, she has no charisma. What good promos has she cut? But is she a good wrestler though in the ring? Yeah, that's why I liked her for a while there, because I cared about matches only. And then you had Ronda Rousey in that match too. She obviously she comes from a UFC background, so she is good in that stuff. But how much charisma does she have? I'm not going to say, because I really don't know. I really haven't been watching UFC, especially when she was in it, so I can't speak on that. But as a whole, it's like, you see like these like things where it's like we have to have women in everything. We have to have like, the women have to be like better or on the same level as men. Now, I have no problem with this stuff, but the thing is that like the content is never good. It's like, okay, great. If every woman was like Lita, then yeah, I'd be fine with it. Or even like Mickey James, like maybe Michelle McCool, whatever. But if everyone was like that, I'd be fine with it. But they're not. They're all like Rhea Ripley. They're all like social justice warriors. They hop on trends. It's like, oh no, let's not pay tribute to Hulk Hogan because my values are more important than honoring somebody that made this business. And honestly, too, I honestly don't care wherever they have the events. Like, usually the cool thing, too, with the, like, events that they have in Saudi Arabia, they're usually hosted in, like, stadiums. I know the Night of Champions one, it was kind of held in, like, an arena, but it's like a hybrid where it's like, it's a stadium, but it's like an arena at the same time. It's like, that shit is cool, right? I remember the one in Jeddah or wherever it was. They've hosted a Crown Jewel there before, too. It's like, it's a soccer stadium, right? But they have the, like, they have, like, the awning or the overhang on the roof. It's like, when you look up at it, it's like, yo, that is sick, right? So, I don't care where they have the event. It's like, its presentation on TV is no different than if it was in, like, Chicago, right? So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Another thing I'd like to add before we finish this video is that Saudi Arabia is going to be getting the Royal Rumble next year, which I think that's the first time it's been hosted outside of, like, the U.S., Canada, North America, right? So that's another thing that I bet they'll complain about, like, oh no, it's hosted outside of, the Royal Rumble is going to be hosted outside of North America. So to anyone in the wrestling community, prepare for that. And the usual, like, King of the Ring, Night of Champions, that's usually the PLE that they get now. Although, I think they still will get Crown Jewel, even though this year it's going to be hosted in Perth, Australia. So, next year they probably will get Crown Jewel back. But, like I said, with this video, it's like, I don't care where they host WrestleMania. It's like, I care enough about it to make a video about it, just based off of how people will react to it in the IWC, which I don't know, I just always find funny how they react to stuff, especially with this WrestleMania announcement. So, with that being said, guys, remember, we the ones.